All right, guys, we're gonna get into this. It's time to get building. I'm gonna have to use the instructions. I'm gonna make it quick. It's not gonna be a step-by-step or anything like that. Recommend somebody like Fast Freddy or somebody along those lines if you want detailed step-by-step. I'm gonna kind of. So the first part what I'm gonna do is build my diffs and my center drive, just like the standard. Now I'm going to build this to stock because this build series is going to be a head-to-head. Mike over at RCRX has got the same kit. We're going to build them up. It's going to be a two build, maybe a 3 build with paint release and 3 video release, and then we're going to have a baseline speed run, and then we'll take it back for upgrades. And then that's when him and I go free willy kind of thing. We're just using whatever we got to make it fast. I'm gonna go obviously brushless right off the get-go. With our TT02 experience, should be some fun time. So this build, we're probably gonna get it to I'll at least do the swing arms. So here, after we build the diffs, you put the center drive together, and I'll probably do that with the motor. Get the center drive complete all the way up to probably part 11. I'll go to, you know what? I'll go to 13 because that gets you to the swing arm placement before you do cups and steering and the upper swing arms. It's all lower. So then from 13, so the next video will be 13 to 26, 27, somewhere in there, because 27 is your steering, and then it's hooking up your ESC and electronics, which will already be in there. And then we'll do the body. So the third one will be the body if I don't let it go. We'll see what happens. So that's our plan. Center diffs, center drive, and I'll get the bags prepped and I'll be back in a second. All right, everything's sorted for steps 1 through 13. I got everything off the trees. I got all the bags sorted out, and we're ready to roll. Not sure if I'll fast forward through. It depends on how fast or slow it goes. I already pre-assembled 2 and 3. We'll do 4 on screen. I gotta get that D2 part, and you see them here. And I did one of the diffs. I'll do one on screen just so you can see. I always take that for granted that some people that watching it have never seen it before. We've been doing so much with the TT02s that, it's kind of like, well, everybody's seen us rip these apart 1,000 times. So I always forget that. So these just sitting there. Again, we're starting with the standard bushings. We ain't upgrading yet, but I did get my winter bearings upgrades ready to go for the next phase. Once we get these test run, make sure we're similar platform. Got our front diff. Make sure you put them on the right way. If you put them on wrong, they'll be in reverse. So it goes like that. I need to put my. Now it tells you to put the Tamiya grease everywhere, but I use my old blue for a lot of this stuff. I use this for everything. So what I do is I just dab a little. You don't need much. And I did use the Tamiya stuff on these sections, so I did not use it in every place. And same with the diff. I'll pack it with that. I learned from the speed run stuff that you can pack it pretty tight and still function real good. And if you're gonna run these, I want to make sure that they run great. You make sure you put your bottom cap in there. This is all friction fit stuff, so I'm not sure if you'll be able to see that in there. And then you take your T, put it in. Can't really put it in wrong with these. These are very similar to all the WLs and all the ready to run. So if you had to take those apart, you can do these. And this is probably the most complicated part on this build. I take my my grease. Get a lot of it. I put it in there, man. Try not to make a mess, but you kind of do. Just scrape the top like that, because after you're done with that, then you push this on there. Make sure you just get it in there on the teeth, and it'll bubble up a little. Now you can't put these on wrong, so just find where they go. And then you got a million of these little screws. Now make sure you go over these like 10 times. Because it works itself in really slow, especially when you pack it real tight with the grease. And I don't know what's right or wrong, man. There's a lot of guys that they, you know, go the other way. And like when you get Buggy racing, a lot of times they'll have like a liquid oil, but these aren't sealed like that, and these are all plastic parts. Personally, man, this thing is a basher. I mean, the shape, if the tub was just a little bit more flexible, not so rigid, or they incorporated something like that metal chassis that we will be putting on for the upgrade part. You know, we got to evaluate how well these work. I don't need to. I already blew 2 chassis in the speedrun competition from hitting poles at 50 miles an hour, but you should check that video out if you haven't yet. Now, I haven't anchored these down real tight, but you see it pushes the grease right out the holes, which is okay. And now you don't need any Loctite or nothing on these. If you used a metal case, I could see you needing it, but these are pretty good friction fit, and they're a fine thread, so it's not. And do it like you do a tire, crosses. All right, that's that. On. I help if I grab the right ones. Make sure I get that the right direction too. Back pointed this way, so it goes like this. See that it rolls pretty nice. I gotta put my caps on next. This goes pretty quick. We're going to be stripping this apart before you know it. So these caps go on here, and you're going to be using your most MA1s, which are the ones that don't have the slots. Now, from watching Fast Freddy and all that, I had no idea that Tamiya had their own screwdriver, that it was slightly different, which makes sense why nothing works quite right. Kind of rings some bells, and why using a flathead a lot of times works better. Jeez, what's going on here? My regular screwdriver's in the car from the speed run, so I might have to come right back. Let me do what I can real quick here. So 13 ends with the swing arm, so I'll be back to do those, which are these parts here. And when I come back, there we go. Get the other cup, and then the one piece there, I'll get this screwed in. When I come back, we'll look at shocks. It's 4 screws, and then your drivetrain is there, man. And I'm pretty impressed all the way around. I was a nostalgia Tamiya boy, you know. I always wanted to get the race cars, and I'm never going to afford any of that stuff. The most expensive one I'll ever have is LC, which is fine. But after having this, now I really want the BPX. Now I really want like those ones in that price range. These are like, I always think of them as these fragile models that just break when you run them. So this TT02 is giving me a lot of confidence in that you can make them bulletproof, you can make them run. Because I want to play with these things, man. I'm not rich enough to have something to look at. I would love to. You know, there's so many cool cars. That's not where I live. That's not where my mindset is. I want something to take out on the track. I want something I can run. I want something I can just play around with and do whatever. And these TT02s, man, I'm betting you I really dig it. Get a couple more of these rigs, and we'll start doing some time trials and do some kind of raceway thing like the OEG does, something like that on our track. No reason not to. It's a nice track, and right now the way the ring is probably the best situation for these Tamiyas that I don't want to push too hard. You know. Anyways, I'll be right back. I gotta go get my screwdriver, and this will be buttoned up. All right, we're back, guys. I got the cups on. Remember to cross these when you're doing it, just like tires, same kind of thing. Now the D2 part is on this part's tree. Take it off real quick. time to time you got prep. That's what I do off screen a lot of times is I'll file this. This is actually really good shape, so I'm not going to file that. But you know, like any of the parts from the parts tree funk, it's always a good idea with this Tamiya is it's just like models, you know, you got to clean it up when you're done. So after this, we have to do the swing arms, so lower swing arms. And that'll be about it for this part, I think. I gotta look at the next page, see where we are. And there might be motor mount too. Can't remember. But make sure you check out Mike's, see how his compares. You know, I'm not going to every little detail just because, you know, if you're watching both of us, you're going to see us. We'll be doing a little bit different each time. So that gets us up to 6 and 7. So yeah, we're going to do the motor mount now. The pinion on this thing is dinky. Look how small that is. It's a little dinky one. So, but yeah, so we'll do that. Same parts tree that this piece come off of. This right here is a motor mount. You probably won't have it in there very long, but that's okay. So I'll come back. I'll do off screen. So I'll put the motor on there and put the screws in the right place and the pinion on there, and I'll come back when we put it actually on the when you deal with the mesh. Alright, so this part, we got our motor all on, and you want that, generally it's just a tad bit higher than that goes machine. So now what we'll do is we'll adjust that so that they're lined up a little better, now that it's in there. So it's more like that. And then we'll put our bolts in the bottom. Now the ones in the bottom, what is this, not show that part? It's weird. Oh, yeah, it shows it from underneath. It looks like it's MA1s again, your standard. Now you, I'm not as familiar with the standard. I did it with TT02 for the first run, and then I immediately went to an aluminum, probably within days, so, which makes sense. That's why I wasn't sure what time it is. 4:30. So, and then you'll put your battery mounts on for your battery. That's these guys, just like standard TTO. Like all the chassis parts are the same. Those ones use the same MA1s. This gets boring. I'll probably fast forward through it. So again, make sure you check out Mike. And when I was talking earlier about you know, like not being able to afford it, I'm not knocking those guys at all, because if they didn't do it, I wouldn't. You know, I can watch them and enjoy it. You know, I don't need to own it. I don't have that need. I just like to play with them, so it's more about the fun part of it, making something cool to watch and being entertaining and having a story to tell or sharing a moment or however else you want to call it. I don't like that the thing's upside down. Maybe I put it on upside down. That's fine. It's only, you know, the torque tune. I like having that up there. Anyways, that's on there pretty good. Sorry, I'm rambling again. So now we're on part 10, which is the swing arms. Oh, I got to put the top on there. Forgot about that. And again, this isn't probably going to stay on there, so I'm not going to waste too much time cleaning her up. We also need the cover, which is the same part here. Squirrel. Jumping steps. Now again, on my TT02 car, I had to cut all this out to use larger pinions. Probably not. I'm probably gonna leave one of these clean, so any luck if I have to. We are in the upgrade part. TT02 speed run will be done. I got run on Sunday, so that's a couple days from now. I put out a 66 mile an hour shakedown today. That went really well. The car handled great. At the end, it wouldn't steer, but that was just battery. So I used that battery for 2 runs. So again, Urgent X-Man, it didn't flatten out until the end there. Still got 66 miles an hour, and that's you know, some solid runs. The fast forward one from the day before, I didn't charge anything between minutes at almost a week since the Sunday before when I did when I wrecked the car. I think that's the last time I charged it before the break. So, anyways, wrangling again. Hope you guys get the content I'm putting out. I had a couple videos just go really well. I didn't expect that. I got 600 views already on the it's that little 1 minute time lapse screw up that I did for 49 mile an hour. I don't know why, but I've never seen one act like this. It slowed down at night and started back up in the morning, and it's been going for a while. You know? Yeah, everything's still turning good. Anyways, wrangling again. be careful with this. I wrecked, that screw goes nowhere but on the drive shaft, so if you're not using that top case, don't use that screw hole at all. Just buyer beware kind of thing. So if you don't have this on there, do not put a screw in it. That's what this did. That's from screw going through, and that's my first real casualty with speed runs. And the same chassis, so it's the same mechanics. That's pretty cool. There's a little thing that goes in it. If not, oh yeah, I'm probably gonna have to switch up that. So okay. That's okay. Alright, I need to get metal poles, swing arms. See, that's part of it. We'll get to that. So what's next? Looks like it's this one. Right? Yep, sure is. This is part speed. So we're gonna need end caps. There. I'll take off what we need that way I don't lose pieces. Because I'm gonna stop after this. I gotta get the my other TTO rolling. You see in the background there. That's going to be a separate video. Got my new ESC, so we're going to get it running. Got to charge my batteries up and get ready for Sunday. And then we got to go outside and work on the... actually, that's more important. We got to go work inside. So. But yeah, so here's doing the front first. And this piece goes through here, but it's after you put your screws in. And you have A10. These little cups right here. They go on the insides. These I might have to file. These little guys here. They go in here. See that there? Now that is different. That is something different. This is one. This is the rear. Yeah, this. Got it backwards. Probably gonna fast forward a lot of this. Head upside down. And then these use the MA1s as well. I like these screws. I like X2. Again, I'm not knocking stuff. I don't mind things being different. Hopefully Mike's still going all right. I think actually this is going to work out even better that we have the same rig. Just because. Then it's a true comparison of the driver's ability. Which I'm going to win, of course, you know. It's been a blast doing all this stuff, man. It's a little awkward. Oh. I didn't lose any parts there. You see that? Keep flying. So you get this threaded. Not sure I like the U. Why wouldn't you use? I understand it, but I don't know a good way to do that. So that goes in like that. Assuming there's something to hold that in later. This is different than the car TT02. It's a bit different. So that's that. That's this part. And then the bumper goes on. This is the rear. So then this goes on like this, and that locks it in. That makes sense. That makes sense. And these ones, you're going to use these little guys. The MA3s. Oh, hit in the abyss. You should see my pile of crap right underneath that camera. Just on the screen. Oh, what are you going to do? So you put all three of these in. Sometimes you don't put them all in, so sometimes they're used later on with Tamiya kits, so you got to be aware of that. Sometimes it's better to put it in and take it out later when you need to take it out because it holds it together too, so be aware of that too. And then there's one that goes in the front as well. Again, I'm real impressed with this overall. This is like, I don't know who stole whose, but this is just like you look at an HBX or any of those, the concepts are all there. The details are different, which you got to do in order to make money. I get it. You know, they all have different purposes. They all have different price points. They all have different customers. You know, I think I went in there too far. Okay, be aware of that, man. You can go too far with the bumper, and it'll go right underneath it. I wasn't paying attention. Hopefully it goes back over. Oh. All right, so this will be the last step. It'll get us to then bag B, where we start the upper parts. So it's just going to be the same thing as the rear, but in reverse, and then our bumper and our other piece is this. So it says to put this on first, and then there's some little hooks. Oops, I got to get those. And those are, see that slides in there. This is different than the standard TT02, and then this bar is going to go in here. But I have to get two little pieces here off the tree. Where did they go? These little guys right here. Now these might take some filing. If so, I'll go off screen and fiddle fart with it a little. They look like they're gonna work. So they just kind of, so they just slide in. But do they fit? I'm not seeing how these are gonna fit in here.
go like this. These go like this. I don't see how that's going to fit. It says to grease them. Oh, maybe they just ride like in the channel like that. Maybe. And the grease is supposed to hold it into place. Mike, I don't know. We'll see what Mike does on this part. I'm not looking elsewhere. I'm just going to wing it. No, so yeah, it seems to be like this. Must be a spacer, so it goes like that, and the grease holds it into place. It's kind of like the ball diffs that I see every now and then the guys messing with. So then that goes like that, and then this. I'll probably pre-thread this a little. It might even be easier once, yeah. I had a feeling. So it's easier to put those on after. All right. Let's see what we can do here. See how much trouble I can get into. Sorry about my hand walking, but these are some awkward movements. And I'm sure I'm going to do things backwards, and if I do, I'll let you know. Make sure that's lined up good. God dang it. All right. Much better. All right, that's not, ooh, that's not bad at all. Okay, so it's, again, the 3 screws, and then the bumper. So, and then there's another little piece. So there's this piece, and this little piece here. First we do the M3s. Trying to just look ahead. Again, I didn't pre-read these instructions. I'm just winging it. That's kind of the way I do it. Now, if this was a difficult one or one I wasn't familiar with yet, I'd probably spend a little more time on it. But I don't think it's necessary. The only difference is this part here, and I'm looking at what's going on. So. Yeah, I kind of like the design. I might have to do this guy. Which, if I'm not mistaken, MA1s. I only have one MA1 left. Probably lost it. Good thing I have a few spares. Yeah, it's probably taking a long time. I'll probably fast forward through this, but we'll do. I'm going to start closing. We're on the last piece. Check back. Probably have the next part out in a day or two. Did I do that wrong? No, I'm alright. And this might not go out for another day, so you might actually get a speed run in between on the other TT02. So. But check out Mike, our CRX. He's a dude, man. He's the one that got me. Him and Brian are the 2 speed runners that I really watch. And then there's Tom, like Will over at Thompson's RC. I started watching him with the WL speed runs, and then it was I started watching Mike at RCRX when he started doing the Rolarlo and stuff. I think a little before that. So. Yeah, and then Brian somewhere around the same time. So those are my speedrun go-to guys. But yeah, I think we're good right here. So now I'm trying to bring Mike into the bug. Well, he had that Typhon right early on. I think that if I'm not mistaken, it wasn't East Tactics. That might even been where I first saw him, was East Tactics. Anyways, so that's up to step 13. So we're gonna start bag B next. Make sure you check back on my other one, TT02. That's the upgrade that's going up there next. So you'll probably see that before this, to be honest. And then so you'll have a little retrospect. Anyways, we'll get going. Check out Mike, and I'll see you when I see you. Peace.